the chosen one, live like a king. Your moment has arrived. You have waited. You've persevered. You have survived the storms. Nobody knew you were in, but something holy is changing in your life. Something regal is stirring in your soul. The energy surrounding you is shifting, and the cosmos is aligning. All of this is to lead you into the heavenly lifestyle. It was always yours by birth. You are no longer a prisoner to your history. You are not constrained by others' expectations. You are not disregarded, forgotten, or discarded. There is no selected one. Your crown has been retained. Your throne has been prepared. And now it is time for you to rise, to rule, to live like the queen you are. Before we go into this message, please view the whole video. There is an energy running through these words, a frequency meant to awaken your kingship and elevate you to your divine position of authority. Type your best wishes in the comment section and add the numeral 777 to seal them in universal energy. Allow your soul to breathe life into your aspirations. This is the chapter of making desires come true, empowering the cosmos with your belief, faith, and boundless energy. Now take a deep breath, for the remainder of this message is intended to address the king or queen inside you directly. Now, choose one like this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. Let we begin. You've been living below your full abilities. Not because you are worthless, but because the world was not prepared for what you provide. You were concealed for a divine cause, like a valuable gem buried deep under the soil and kept silent until the allotted moment. And now the moment has come. You are not getting promoted due to ego or arrogance. You are being raised because the world needs your leadership, power, and brightness. You have been asked to live like a king, not for vanity, but for a cause. Every setback you've had has been a preparation for this moment. Every betrayal prepared you to lead with wisdom. Every weight honed patience and character. Every lonely night was a holy initiation into royal life. Because genuine kings are not created in the spotlight. A genuine king is formed in quiet, through fire, pressure, and the breaking and rebuilding of the soul. You choose one who passed the exams that no one saw, and now the prize has arrived. Money and rank are not enough. Influence, power, and divine placement are also required. You were never intended to fight indefinitely. The difficulties were temporary preparation, not your permanent existence. You're going to enter a level of existence that will first seem like a dream. Doors will open easily. People will respect you in numerous ways. The air surrounding you will move. And it will not be because you sought to impress someone. It will be because you have fully accepted your identity. When you discover you are royalty, everything around you needs to be consistent with that fact. Your energies can no longer tolerate confusion. Your time will no longer be squandered on folks who don't recognize your worth. You will walk, talk, and think differently. Because nobility is not something you can imitate. It is something you embody. You are now entering a life in which riches is natural and luxury flows naturally, where you do not pursue. It comes to you not because you are fortunate, but because you are connected. You are entering a domain in which blessings react to your presence. You will not have to force or plead. Your frequency will attract the money, serenity, comfort, and power that has always been yours. This isn't arrogance. This is awakening. The life of a king is not without responsibilities. However, the benefits outweigh any expectations. You are now trusted with more, including resources, authority, and opportunities. Because you have shown to the universe that you are capable of handling them. You have humbled yourself. You've learned from your sorrow. And now intelligence is your crown. The very circumstances that sought to break you made you stronger. And throughout your reign, you will recall who you were in the flames. And this will keep you grounded. Are you feeling it? Do you feel a stirring in your soul or a tug in your chest? That is not anxiousness. That is the aura of your throne inviting you home. You are not lost. You are being summoned. Your life is about to change radically. New habitats, new circles, and new elevations. You'll realize that some individuals can no longer influence your life since they're not equipped to counsel a king. You'll notice how some circumstances no longer match you. Not because you are better than everyone else, but because your frequency has shifted. You're vibrating at a higher level, which naturally removes what isn't royal. The chosen one. The universe is preparing you for an extraordinary climb, which cannot be stopped or postponed. You've outgrown smallness. You have outgrown survival mode. You aren't merely here to get through life. You are here to take the lead, to thrive, to exert influence. You've gone through too much to settle for less. Now is the moment to establish an empire, not only in the physical realm, but also in your soul. Your soul understands what it's like to live as royalty, and it has been waiting for you to catch up on that recollection. No more waiting for validation. No more shrinking to fit in. No more lowering your light to make people feel comfortable. That is not what kings do. Kings step in, truth in aim and heavenly power. You do not need permission to be great. You have already been selected. That signifies that everything is now working in your favor. Blessings, people, money, and support. Everything is aligning up. You believed, not pleaded. This is a precious time of renewal. Everything stolen from you is being returned with interest. Time is gone. Opportunities were missed. Love is abandoned. Finances are drained. Everything is returning. Let us promote faith, hope, and love, bringing light not just into our own lives, but also to those who need it the most. Your donation provides a source of inspiration and healing for many individuals. There is currently no limit. You are not defined by your history, by your surroundings, based on your upbringing, because of your shortcomings. This decision has already been made by the universe. This soul will live as a king. This one will rise. This one will demonstrate what it is to live with dignity, strength, and grace. You're not here by chance. You've been saved for this exact time. Everything in your soul, body, and future is in line with this proclamation. This is your time. It's time for you to rise. This is your turn to receive. It's time for you to rule. No more dread. No more hesitating. It is time to take your spot, claim your throne, to walk with the peaceful assurance of someone who understands they are supported by the cosmos itself. When you speak now, everything will change. When you act, miracles will occur. Heaven will reply to your dreams now that you are no longer in training. You are currently in activation, the chosen one, live like a king. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now let your posture change. Allow your intellect to grow. Allow your surroundings to reflect your new standards. Stop decreasing your energies to fit into rooms you've outgrown. It's time to build your kingdom. Build your universe with meaning. To stroll into a room and change the vibe. Not via force, but by presence. You are going to be recognized, honored, and promoted. Remember, this height is holy. This isn't just for you. It is for the people you will bless. You will encourage those who will rise. Because you dare to believe in your own stories, scars, and path, they all become part of your royal testament. You do not need a title to be powerful. You do not need a throne to be regal. The power has always been inside you. Now it's time to live accordingly. You're not too late. You're not behind. You're perfectly on schedule. Everything you've gone through has been a preparation. Each delay was wonderful. Every moment of quiet represented holy alignment. And now you're entering your kingdom age. You are entering your magnificent mansion. The gates are open. The crown is ready. The party has started. And all of heaven is watching. Blessing of cheerfulness. Because one of the selected recalled who they are. Live like a king. The chosen one. Your climb is not just about riches. It's about identity. It is about remembering who you were before the world dictated who you should be. It is about exposing every erroneous notion, limiting tale, and skewed reflection. It persuaded you that you were normal. Because the fact is that you were never ordinary. You were always regal. You were always picked. And suddenly the curtain has removed. The fog is dissipating. You are beginning to see yourself as you actually are. Powerful, revered, exalted, and necessary. The global community may be unaware of the impending transformation. Some people will be bewildered by your radiance. Others will reject your change, but it is not your weight to bear. A monarch does not describe the palace to those who chose to remain in the shadows. A king does not wait for permission before rising. The king just rises. And that is precisely what you are doing now. With grace, boldness, and obvious strength, everything has been leading up to this moment, the beautiful unfolding of your life. You were never designed to remain in survival mode. That was only one season. You are now entering the season of divine dominion. You will go through life with power, not force but felt. You'll dominate rooms with your stillness, influence moods with your energy, and attract blessings via your inner alignment. You are no longer asking the world to recognize your value. You are standing within it. As you do, the universe reacts. The people who previously disregarded you will now seek your advice. The settings that previously exhausted you will now seem too little. Problems that used to overwhelm you will now seem absurdly trivial. This isn't ego. This is ascension. This is what occurs when the selected one enters their designated time frame. You no longer respond to life. You are now directing everything with purpose, accuracy, and a regal vision. Begin to see your life as a kingdom. What are you building? Who are you inviting into your agreement? What you putting up with that doesn't serve your best self anymore. This is the degree of insight necessary to live like king. You must guard your peace as passionately as a monarch guards his kingdom. You must breathe life into your surrounds, plan your days with knowledge, and live your life with heavenly clarity. This isn't only about financial advancement, however. That is also coming in shocking proportions. This is about improving your whole life, including your spirit, soul, body, relationships, and sense of purpose. You are being crowned with clarity. You are being robed with favor. And nothing can prevent this transition. You've reached a period in which heavenly momentum propels you, and you no longer need to hustle as previously. Where effort becomes synonymous with ease, where plenty is not a distant fantasy. It is your everyday reality. You have learned the lessons. You have gone through the flames. You have bore the weight in quiet. And now you're being rewarded publicly. This is a season of public recognition. After your private suffering, the people who discarded you will have no option but to see your triumph. Once again, it is not for vengeance. It is not for show. It is just an outcome of divine rule. When a chosen one recalls who they are, everything around them has to match. You were never forgotten. You were being honed, and that refining resulted in something unstoppable in you. You are not the same person who began this adventure. You have developed. You have upgraded. You've tapped into something that most people never experience, your divine code, your soul's monarchy. And now that it's open, nothing can steal it from you. You could lose everything and yet recover because your power was never external. Your power was in your being, frequency, and alignment. Begin to move as if everything was already yours. Not out of illusion, but out of the truth. Because in the spiritual sphere, it is already yours. Wealth, peace, love, resources, platforms, and favors. It's all circling you now, searching for a landing spot. And that location is your belief. That location represents your vibe. That site represents your unashamed support of the ruler. Yes, you are. Stop explaining your light to those who have chosen to dwell in darkness. Stop apologizing for the benefits that are entering your life. You've paid a price. Most people are unaware that you have sobbed in quiet. You persevered even when you had every reason to give up. You did not fold, even when it seemed like everything around you was collapsing. And that strength, resilience, and inner knowledge are evidence of your devotion. When you go into rooms, you will know you belong. Not because you pushed your way in, but because the doors had always been yours. When you obtain plenty, realize that you deserve it. Alignment, not luck. And don't be afraid if your name comes up in positions of authority. Don't second guess. Don't you wonder why me? The true question is, why not you? You've been ready for this. I was chosen for this. I was anointed for this. This is the life you were always supposed to have. Elegant, clear, influential, and joyful. That is not transient or peaceful, and it is not rocked by money. That not only fills your wallets, but also fulfills your goal. It will create legacies. You will produce from the excess. You may feel certain since the season of proving is ended. It's time to rule. You'll realize that you're not chasing anymore. No dreams, no people, and no prospects. They find you because monarchs do not flee when being attracted. Your energy is magnetic. You're now acting from your higher self, which effortlessly attracts miracles to you. You are no longer attempting to be noticed. You are already recognized in the spirit world, and this recognition is appearing in the physical. Everything is different today. Your inner world has been raised, and your outward world must rise to match it. Keep an eye on how things change to your advantage. Observe how delays dissipate. Observe how answers appear without effort. You are now living under a divine command. The pressure is off. The route is open. The crown is on. You will begin to seek higher-level interactions, cleaner settings, and more focused relationships. Because your spirit has outgrown the cacophony, you now feed on destiny rather than drama. You no longer engage in small chat. You participate in vision. You now walk with the calm fire of someone who knows their kingdom is safe. The chosen one. Live like a king. Because you are. Because you always were. Because no matter what they said about you, what they stole from you, or how many times you were told you weren't enough, the universe had a different ending. The cosmos has always known your truth. And now the truth is bursting through the surface, scorching into your world and changing your narrative. Every room you visit now will feel unique. Every connection will either elevate or terminate. Every chance will either align or fail. Why? Because you have grown too royal to tolerate disorder. You have grown too dedicated to squander energy. You've gotten too attractive to pursue. And this is only the beginning. The overflow gates are opening. The throne is yours, and the kingdom is spreading. Everything is rising to meet your inner grandeur. There will be no more shortage or misunderstanding. No more waiting. You are now walking with clarity, abundance, and divine power. And no one can undo what has been predetermined for you. Live as the King's chosen one. Not just today, but every day going ahead. Because your moment has arrived. The chosen one. You've reached a threshold. You have entered a new plane of existence, where your existence no longer resembles survival. It seems to be an example of leadership. And this is not something you made up. You've grown into it. You earned it in every moment. You did not give up every time you continued going without a map. And each time you stood tall. Even with the weight of the world on your shoulders, monarchy is based on energy, power, and fire. Living like a king begins from inside. It is not about the outward initially. It is about the internal change that declares, I will no longer think small. It's a silent proclamation in your spirit that says, I'm not going to settle for the bare minimum. This change does not need an audience. It starts when you quit reducing yourself to fit into situations that cannot manage your strength. It starts when you stop begging for what you already have and instead claim it with assurance. You do not need to declare your kingship to the world. You embody it in how you talk and hold yourself, how you react to turmoil with calm, and how you face ambiguity with unwavering vision. This is what genuine kings do. They bring about stability in times of instability. They provide clarity to uncertainty. They do not respond. They are the leaders.